Do this. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the T. My name is Jeff. I'm joined here today by the usual suspects. We got Mikey, Dr. Tupuff, and we're joined today by a special guest as well. Fresh out the cereal box. We got Mr. Cornflakes up in here.
Man, I am so happy you did this intro right. Like it only took us twice, but I'm glad you
Only
got it.
twice.
Only
There we
twice.
go. There we
Damn,
go.
man. Uh,
All
Just
right.
change
So
your
what's
name.
up, everyone? Let me introduce you guys to Cornflakes over here. Good old Neo Cornflakes. What's that special brand?
Special
Where do you
brand,
get it
man.
from?
Imported, dude, from Switzerland.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
freshness.
yeah.
Alright,
You get haggis, you get
so
Neoflakes.
haggis?
Haggis, man.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Does it come in
Isn't
flavors or
haggis
what?
from Scotland?
Oh, it's Scotland. Oh no, the flow,
The
it's
fuck,
gone.
man?
Alright,
Haggis, fuck.
so this
Yeah.
might be a random episode that we got going. Got a what is this flow of topics? Okay, since we got Neo on here, who haven't introduced him before, tell us a bit about yourself. What you got going on, brother?
Um, Nothing much, man. I'm a graphic designer. I play table tennis, like ruthless table tennis. Let's
Alright.
see. What else do I
Wait,
do?
well, hold on. When you say ruthless, could you take on Forrest Gump though?
Yo, fam, Forrest Gump got nothing. He got nothing. He doesn't even know how to spin that ball, bro. I'm just telling you, dude.
All right, Tom Hanks.
Penguin,
If you hear that shit,
Tom Hanks,
fucking
hit me up,
Cornflakes is
bro.
calling you out here.
Hit me up, fam. Hit me up. But other than that, like I think my life is pretty much mediocre. I have plans of maybe owning a dog. That's a nice little future
Oh
plan I
shit.
have.
I was actually just talking about this today with someone. So, okay, let me ask you this then. Like, ask everyone here. If you were to get a dog, what breed of dog would you get?
Beagle.
A
Beagle.
beagle. So you
So
can sniff that shit out, huh?
yeah, I can sniff that shit out, man. Like anyone, I find the nearest dealer, man, and they won't even know how I found them. They're like, give me
Motherfucker
that
just coming
address.
straight through, sitting down next to you. You don't even know.
Man, but like a beagle is just like a nice sized animal to have at home. I know they're fuck active, but like they're just such they're so compact as an animal to have in a flat, for example.
Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
let's get a beagle.
It's like
Let
they
it-
would fit in every environment almost, you could say.
Yeah, exactly. And if I were to take them like to say another country, it wouldn't be too hard, to carry them. I
Just
think
chuck
there's a
them in
size
a, a side
a
bag.
briefcase. Yeah, briefcase. Yeah.
Yo, you don't chuck them in a briefcase. They gotta breathe.
We'll put them in a briefcase. We'll put
Okay,
like a
so
hole in
we've decided Cornflakes should not own a dog.
there. That's why it hasn't happened yet, man.
What
Hamsters
about you,
before.
Tupac?
I will.
I think you did have a dog for a
I
while.
did. I
had
had.
a
I had
monkey,
like
dude.
3 dogs. It's not a husky,
wait.
but it's similar to husky, and a husky, and I think a
Like
red
an off-brand husky.
bulldog. I don't know. So
Oh shit.
yeah, the last one was
Did you ever talk about
fucking
the monkey?
active as fuck. But if you ask me what kind of dogs I prefer to have, I would say husky. I don't know, man. That was so chilled. Plus, like, if I was
Yeah.
living in the north, I'm gonna like raise like 5 or 7 huskies. You know, tie them into a fucking I don't know whatever shit and start skiing around the fucking mountains.
Just fucking build a
dream.
sled.
Yeah, basically,
You know, make them pull you
Basically,
around.
build a sled. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. I would agree with Tupac over here. I would say for myself, I would either German Shepherd or Boxer.
Closest to, except boxer, a wolf. I remember you
Boxers
having
are
a.
fucking strong as fuck. Like they're just fucking strong. They're hunting dogs basically. Like a lot of them in Australia use boxers for hunting pigs, like wild boar hunting.
Oh
So they have that, that fucking killer instinct. This is what I look for in a pet.
Dog.
It's
Uh-huh.
like, a
Pretty
dog,
macho.
a companion. It's like, motherfucker, I look out for you, you look
Just
out for
raise a
me.
wolf for killing instinct.
This is why
Wolf.
this is why the closest thing is like to a wolf you could get is probably a husky.
Okay.
But it all depends on where you live. Like imagine living in fucking India, for example, where sometimes it gets hot as fuck and you own a husky. Like, I feel sorry
That's
for that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
man. He will
I've seen a
suffer.
lot of people own huskies here though. Like they have like even Siberian huskies. It's insane. But
Yeah.
I think they conditioned that out by putting ACs or something. But that's still enough. But then again,
Yeah.
German
I
shepherds
mean,
are the
I know it's
yeah, they're
not
not in
suitable for
their
the
natural
environment. Yeah,
habitat.
it's not suitable
yeah.
for the environment.
Even in Malaysia, it shouldn't be. It's
Yeah.
like it's fucking hot there, dude.
Yeah,
I
it
I'd,
gets fucking hot here.
I'd say
Like you see a
Bangalore is
lot
a
of them what
better.
they do is they fucking start shaving the fur, like trimming them down,
Mm,
which I mean,
It's more of a need
let them be, man.
necessity. Uh,
Like for wild animals, I would rather take necks as well. Like
Oh fuck.
A what?
a necks. I call it necks. Yeah, like the wild
You saw
Nix?
the
one.
wild the wild cat.
Nix or lynx?
Lynx. Yeah,
Lynx. Okay.
yeah.
I thought you were talking about like the New York Knicks, like
Lynx. Did I say
fucking
Lynx? I said
just gonna
Lynx.
own a basketball team.
I said Lynx, man. All right, the Lynx. I think the bobcat, one with the rabbit tail or the shit. That fucking cat, man, looks
you
weird.
guys watch Tiger King?
Oh no, man. Haven't.
Shit. Oh, you should. Fuck you, Carol Baskins.
Oh yeah. I
Fucking
think I
cunt.
watched it. Yeah. The series, right? The documentary series.
But imagine, yeah, exactly. But imagine Dr. Tupuff here as a fucking, the Lynx King, fucking roaming around with a bunch of fucking bobcats. It could work.
Yeah, man. But that cat is fucking good though. Like legit. It's a wild fucking animal.
Yeah, don't. Before I move on from this, Mikey, don't you have dogs as well?
Yeah, man, I have like 3 dogs.
Right
Shit,
now?
what are they?
Okay, one's a white terrier, like a white terrier
Oh, yeah.
mix. One is I don't know what one of them is. It's some tiny ass dog, some weird mix. The other
Some
one,
small corgi looking.
Oh,
corgi
corgis are so
looking.
Look-
cute.
Corgis are cute, but no, I don't have a corgi.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's
I mean,
think
it
it's
looks
like
a little short motherfucker.
It's a mix of some sort of Shih Tzu and something else.
Oh.
Oh,
I
okay.
think white terrier, and the last one is a toy poodle.
Oh,
Toy poodle.
Toy poodle, man. They're
They're
violent,
violent.
but they're fucking cute. They're so fucking cute.
yeah. But they bite off a lot more than they can chew.
Yeah.
Like I remember my uncle had a toy poodle, and I think it was a toy poodle mixed with a some sort of terrier. I can't remember, but yeah, it was like a little small motherfucker. And then he also had a boxer, like a big fucking
Holy fuck. I can see.
motherfucker. And what used to happen when we go to the dog park is this fucking poodle will just run around starting fights and everything, and this motherfucking boxer will come through and end the fight. Gang warfare out there.
Shit.
But yeah, fucking poodles. They're crazy. You know they were originally Viking hunting dogs.
Oh,
This is
shit.
why
yeah,
they
yeah.
have that fucking crazy let me get at this motherfucker instinct.
No, they
Like
were
poodles.
actually poodles were they were hunting dogs, and the reason they're cut, like you see that weird ass shaving, I think they don't have hair. They have hairs on their knees, legs, and all that shit.
Mm.
That's cause it's easier for them to move through the water and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They're built for hunting.
Aerodynamics and shit.
Yep.
And like fur
Wow.
around the neck, so if they get attacked, it's extra
It
layers
protects
of
the neck. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know about this shit.
But the most hated one though, the most violent I think, is Chihuahuas.
Cool.
All right.
Like the little Mexicans.
Yeah, man.
Say
Dogs.
that.
The Mexican dogs. They're Mexican, right?
I mean, they originated from there, I think.
What's a Mexican dog? Is it the Chihuahua?
Chihuahuas.
It's like, you got your Siberian Huskies, you got your Mexican Chihuahuas.
Wait,
I
Chihuahuas
think
have
I don't know
have
what
two
you.
kinds, right? The fluffy one, and the one that's the white fluffy one, and the one that's
I think
We
that's a poodle,
uh
not a
we may
Chihuahua.
have gone off topic here, guys.
yeah, I don't know, man.
Right.
This is how we do it, man. Relax.
Yeah. This is how we get our intro going. But yeah, all right.
The intro's still
So
going.
since we
Fuck.
got Neo on here, he wanted to talk about something. I'll let you get into this, Neo. What
Sure.
do we take for granted? Where do you
Yeah.
stand on this?
So, this is something I do take for granted, and that's I'd say my parents, for example, like they've provided me with
Mm.
so much shit, like it's insane. Like I wouldn't have ever met you guys if they didn't do what they did, and like a lot of the sacrifices they made for me, it was insane. Like I probably wouldn't have a child because I couldn't live up to what my family did. Um, and yeah, that's something I do take for granted. So yeah, I'm trying to make it better though. That's
Yeah, that
sad.
I 100%.
Yeah, like if you really go back and then just see what really matters, you're like, oh man, you should really call your mom, or your dad. Happy Dad Day, bro.
Yeah, happy Father's Day or Daddy's Day,
Happy
whichever
Daddy's Day.
whoever you, however you refer to it. Your
Man,
father,
don't ruin
papi,
it.
papa, papa.
But yeah,
I
what do you
don't know.
guys think? What do you guys take for granted?
I would say a lot of shit because we live in a time where everything comes easy. You know what I mean? Like if you want pizza, you can get on the phone and order pizza. We take the how do I word this?
The
We take,
technology.
not to say technology, but survival instinct. You know, we we are kind of losing it, and we take that for granted. Like for example, electricity. If you don't have electricity, would you survive?
I mean, you can survive, but
But would you? That's the thing. Would you? You can. A lot of people can, but would you?
it will be annoying.
It's like, for example, Tupac didn't have internet for like 2 months.
Yeah, man. Yeah, true. It was nice though. Like I was actually like waking up in the morning, walking around and shit, discovering the place until the internet just showed up. The only annoying part is like when you want to download shit or watch something when you are free. So yeah, this is when you get annoyed. But other than that, I don't think it's that necessary. But electricity is fucking necessary. It's more necessary.
Yeah.
But to be
Y-
back at home, our electricity used to be shut off for more than 6 hours. So basically, I get used to it. 6 hours. Even during the conflicts, more than 12 hours. So basically, that's half a day.
Mm.
Like without electricity. So we get. For me, I
This
get
is
used to
this
this
is
shit.
what I mean.
I don't know.
Yeah. So this is exactly what I mean. It's like, when you see places like this that have to live without these things, or have to adapt to living without things that we take for
Yeah,
granted.
yeah. I
Like I was
get
saying, you
I
can
get
just
where you're
open your
going.
phone,
I
order
get where you're
order
going.
pizza, and it arrives. And if it fucking comes late, you're like, bitch, you owe me another one.
Yeah, yeah. I get where you're going.
We're assholes, basically.
I mean, like to be fair, like what you said about our instinct of hunt of of surviving with shit. Yeah, like this is
Yeah,
this
your
is
survival
this is
instinct.
how to say this is an easy time, and like you said, like we're using technology, we're using whatever shit we can just to make things easier for us, even more easy, which is how we are taking it for granted. I mean, come on, during the COVID-19, I think most of the people knew what actually more important than other stuff. Like you don't see someone going for shopping for clothes or whatever shit, right? During COVID-19, you see them going to buy some food because these are necessary things. So yeah, we took a lot of things for granted, like uh, money wise, culture wise, religion wise, politics wise, everything literally. So, but if you go to Neo, like to popcorn or cornflakes here,
Wow.
fucking cornflakes,
We
goddamn
got we got new names up in here.
it, right? Uh, when he said like he think that he took granted from his parents because they helped him a lot, but he's actually calling them every day and he's thanking them, like he's actually reminding them every day. So
No, I don't. I don't. That's the thing. I'm taking that for granted. So
so I
Okay.
mean
I'm trying to do that more often. I'm trying to be better.
you're trying to be better, yeah. I mean, like you can't exactly,
Be
yeah.
better.
And to be fair, that's
Yeah.
that's I mean that's situation for like many of people, from different countries in the world where they have good parents where they're gonna provide them everything, and we just caught up in this shitty life and we forgot about them, and then they have to call you and you have to respond, and then the first thing they're gonna ask you, why the fuck you didn't call us, you fucking asshole, with your parents. You need to remember your parents
Yeah.
and this kind of shit. And so 15 minutes, you know and you realize that you're a fucking asshole and you took them for granted, which is true. Yeah. So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna look at it as a bigger scale. If cornflakes or cereal ask me,
Cereal boy.
cereal boy, ask me what did I take for granted, I would say the same thing. I would say the same thing that you're facing right now. I would say like
I would say that's the biggest thing that most of us take for granted, and a lot of us don't show gratitude for it.
Yeah. That's the right
You know
word.
what I mean?
that for me, I want to show
It's like,
gratitude through success, and I don't want to call the
yeah,
thing is
I
the
get what
thing
you
is
mean.
like from a mass situation, if I call them every day, I know the situation there, right? I know what the fuck are they doing or whatever they're doing. So it's like, how is everything, blah blah, how is the family, and it's the same answer over and over and over and over. But if you get something interesting going on in your life, which they will be proud of, it's basically showing them like the result, the amount of time that you spent in me have a result, basically. And that's,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what all the parents in the world want to see in their kids. So that's what they're
Yeah,
waiting for.
this is why they're constantly nagging us about,
Basically, yeah.
get on, boy, do something.
Yeah. Fucking.
It's like it's they just want to see you succeed,
They just
basically.
want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So make them proud.
So I think, I mean, if we call them and say like, hey, thank you for that shit, or whatever, like out of the sudden, it could be a nice thing to do as well. Like you still think of that shit,
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like just ask them how are
Yeah.
you guys and blah blah. Just just go ahead and thank them, because without them you won't have this
All
life,
right.
right? So
Speaking
call your
of this,
dad.
though, let me ask you guys. You go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I was gonna ask if, because this to me it relates to what I was gonna bring up next as well, which is people say live without regrets, right? That saying, live your life without regrets. What do you think about that?
For me, I think it's bullshit. It's good to regret something, right? Like if you face something in your life
Okay.
and you regret doing it, that's mean, or regret not doing it or doing it. Basically, you would think if you regret not doing it, basically you would think of trying to do it to see the outcomes, and if you regret doing it, you already know the outcomes and the result that brought you to the situation that you're in right now. So I think you should live with regrets, because you see, it's like saying like, hey man, I don't want to hear negative thoughts or negative energy or whatever
Right.
shit that's
It's
negative,
like you're blocking everything out.
basically. But to be fair, like also you need to think of negative things. I think we've talked about this before. Like if you thought of negative things, if you thought of all the negative outcomes that might happen or happened before, you will know the fucking problem in the first place. You will know the goddamn problem and you will try to fix it, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I think. I think if someone say, "Hey man, live," I think he's saying I think that quote can be for a person who's 65 or 70-year old, and he keep regretting the life that the 70 years of life that he lived, right? And it's like a way to to make them feel more comfortable in, in dying, basically, like without hating everything in front of him, so he was taught live, not feeling guilty
I think you can just
or ever shit.
say like, try to live life without regret. Just
Yeah.
it's about as human as
Yeah,
it
yeah,
can be. Like
something like that.
you
Yeah.
just try it.
Mm.
Yeah.
You see, for me, I look at it in a very subjective way. It's I agree with both but it depends on the regret. You know what I mean? You don't want to regret not doing something. You know what I mean? If an opportunity came up, like say fucking you're a graphic designer or something, and you got this opportunity to work in this huge company and you choose not to take it for reason, it's like that regret of why didn't I take that opportunity at that time? What would have happened if I took that opportunity? That what if. That is a regret that you probably shouldn't have to live with. You know what I mean? But then there are other regrets in your life that I call lessons. Like say for example, if you go through a breakup or something,
Yeah, yeah.
you know? It's like what do I regret? What could I have done better to maintain that relationship or some shit like that? In that context. So I would say regrets are lessons as well. So if you are living your whole life like thinking I don't regret shit, that's a selfish way of living because you're only looking out for yourself.
Okay, I
That's how
think
I look at it anyway.
I think context really matters here because like
Yeah.
you can be like on a game show and being like, hey, choose one door like from 1 to 3, and then you choose 3 and 2 is the right. Regret the choice you made, but it's a decision you have no control over. That's one
Right.
type of regret. Another kind of regret is like you choose one opportunity over another. Like say one is an art director, one is a designer, and you choose designer because you're like, I don't want that responsibility, but you regret not taking art director because you like maybe the added responsibilities could have made you feel better. In that sense,
Or
lessons make sense.
more money.
Yeah, more money, of
It's
course,
base if you look
but
at if you the always about it's always about the ego. It's like what makes you live better or feel
okay
better.
with life.
So that's why you start regretting it. So it's about the feeling
Yeah.
basically. So if you say I regret not doing that or I regret doing that,
And
but it's like
Like
if I because you feel like because of that because of what I fucking did, I feel terrible right now or the shit. So you feel better. That's it. So I don't know. Like for me, when someone keep
oh, feel better and also to prepare yourself next time,
to prepare
for
yourself, yeah,
if a situation like this arises, what are you going to do, you know?
yeah,
Another way to look at it as well is like, the way first when I first imagined this topic, it was based off I think I brought it up before. It's like those Facebook memories they give you, those
mm,
you've posted in the past. So this was like, I think 5 6 years back. So imagine you go bungee jumping, right? The fucking cord breaks and you're fucking falling to your death. I'm 100% sure you're gonna regret going bungee jumping at that fucking moment. You know, that's that's what I fucking I the way I look at it. It's like sometimes you need to have regret.
yeah.
It stops you
But the
from
thing
doing
is,
stupid shit.
yeah, when he was going to for bungee jumping, he know that there's kind of consequences like that, right? But he just
Yeah,
want to have the feeling.
this is the word. Fucking consequences. Regret. you learn consequences with
Basically,
regret.
but
You
does
know,
he regret not having that feeling of fucking, jumping, I don't know, from skydiving or other
He
shit?
learned
He
from
does not
he
regret that
learned
shit.
from consequence. Yeah.
That's the thing. He only regrets
but he's gonna
the
regret
bad
it in
outcome.
that moment while he's falling to his fucking death. In that
He
moment when he's dying,
he won't
he
know.
gonna be regretting it.
He
So
won't
it
know.
depends. I don't know. It depends on you, I guess.
It depends on the
Just
For
person.
think
me, I
about it.
would.
Yeah,
If the man
not
is
doing.
bungee jumping,
Yeah,
if the man is bungee jumping, it doesn't work. He doesn't have any time to regret. He kind of just falls because if it don't work, he's just dead.
You know when they say your whole life flashes before your eyes in that
Man,
split second,
basically,
in that
basically, he
split
will
second,
regret his
you're gonna
life.
be oh fuck.
I think. He will-
It's like oh fuck. It's that oh fuck moment. It's like ah shit.
That's why, man.
It's
but
like it's like your post nut thinking.
Okay, for me,
You know what I mean?
close enough.
Yeah, like post nut. It's
Regret.
like after you nut, you're gonna be like, ah fuck. Why did I just do that?
Why? Why do I exist?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean.
It's been lonely in quarantine, man.
How's your what are you trying to experiment?
I'm a lefty, man, because I eat with my right, so
I see. I see.
I'm a man of
I
culture.
mean,
good for you.
hey, have you ever if you want to take it to the next level, fucking, they got this latex gloves that you can try. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
God damn
Funny story, my ex sent me a sex toy from Malaysia to India, and I got stuck on the fuck. What do you call it? Airport
Customs.
security customs. Yeah. So they sent me.
Is it like a fucking 10-foot dildo?
No,
Like they just stopped you. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
she sent me a giant black flashlight. Right,
Okay.
gang. Yeah. Um, and it wasn't cheap too. It was I think like 300 ringgit or something, or maybe 200 ringgit. So I was like, wow.
Roughly like $70, $80.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't
Yeah.
have a job at the time, and she saved up to buy me a flashlight. Very sweet of her.
Shit, there you
Um,
go.
so when it came,
Shout out.
but instead of that come into my hand, what I got instead was a letter from the government telling me, "Hey, this is an illegal item. If you have anything to do with this, tell us now, or else we'll have to get lawyers involved."
You
I
fucking
had to
left
get
your ass, bitch.
yeah, yeah. I I had to get the lawyers involved, and thankfully my sister's friend is a lawyer, so she helped us like null the whole thing. And
Shit.
yeah, that's the story about the flashlight. You never asked for
That's
it, but
fucking.
I gave it to you. Yeah,
Thank you for that piece of culture.
thought you should know.
shit.
Flashlights.
Uh,
When you go to boarding school, you find you hear a lot of creative ways of coming up with this type of shit. Like the weirdest one that I heard of is a fucking sandwich bag. Not the Ziploc bag, but the real fucking when you go to the fucking supermarket and you try to buy onions or some shit, you have to put it in that plastic bag. The real slimy feeling motherfucker. Fill
Uh
it
huh.
up with hot water. Just slide it in between a pillow or something, and you're good to go. You just fold it in half. You fold the bag in half, and you're set. You're good to go. If anyone's in quarantine, lonely and shit out there,
Yo,
here you
man.
go. You solved your problem, man. You
Man.
don't need a fucking lawyer anymore.
you can tell customs to get fucked. Do it myself. DIY this shit. Yeah. You just search YouTube, man. You find a lot of creative ways. There's even one with the latex gloves, and it also involves, sponge. It's just
that that's sounds like a Nobel Peace Prize winner.
so there you go. For all you creative fuckers out there that trying to get your freak on, You're welcome. Don't hit me up later. Don't ask me how I know this shit. It has not been tested.
Fuck, yeah.
All right, Mikey, what else we got going on?
I think he's dead.
Right here, man. What's up?
No, it's still alive. God damn it.
I'm
God
still here,
damn it,
man.
man.
Relax.
But we actually waited for 5 seconds for his response. Breaking the time
Hey
barrier
man,
again.
the people know. The people know the history behind Michael now. Like, why you gotta wait 5 seconds for the response? There's a time delay. He's moving too fast.
You made me tell you the story. Fuck you.
So I
Yeah.
think the next one we're talking about the next thing that we were talking about is so me and my
Well, Jeff had a story on cyberbullying, actually.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually, okay. Well, just to bring it in with regrets and everything. So there was this one dude, so-called doing a social experiment. So what he did was, I fucking can't remember his name. If I find it, I'll link the video down below. It's he fucking recorded himself singing and just posted it on TikTok or Instagram or some shit, and people were commenting on him. Like, some were shitting on him, some were giving him uh, critical feedback, and the motherfucker hit back with another video like straight after that, and he was like, a social experiment, blah blah blah, and he just started shitting on everyone. Like, everyone is shit. This, that, blah blah blah. You're everyone is in this cyberbullying lifestyle right now. You could say it's like it's so easy to be a keyboard warrior. See, I agree with him to an extent, but also the way that he went about it is also kind of fucked up. So when it comes to these social experiments, because the first reaction I had was, it's like, motherfucker, if you're gonna post something, expect criticism. It's basically like you're putting your art on a wall, and you're expecting no one to say shit about it. Someone's gonna say something about it. It's like, you know and also, if it's a fucking experiment, where hypothesis, your fucking theories, what's gonna be happening, like, throughout, what's your objective, and what's the outcome. It's like you can't just fucking show up shitting on everyone, saying you guys are fucked. It's because of you this person killed himself, because of you that person killed himself. Like, there's a proper way of doing it, a proper way of spreading awareness. So what we can do today is, shed some light a bit on cyberbullying, I would say, for so noble cause from our side, because we don't do much of that. We're fucking assholes. So, Neo, what are your thoughts on this cyberbullying keyboard warrior culture?
So it's very
Sorry,
scary to
cornflakes.
do it. Oh, sorry. Um, it's very easy because, like right now, with cancel culture being actually a thing where you can
Right.
just mass rally people and be like, "Yo, let's fucking cancel this person," make a hashtag out of it, and like fucking end someone's career just because they said the N word at some point in their career. Like, it's really sad. It's really fucking sad. It also I wouldn't say like limits the person to do or say whatever he wants, but you lose a bit of the genuine factor of people when you, you have to. Fuck man, I've lost my train of thought. Um,
That's cool. Yeah, you said when you. I
yeah,
lost your
you
train of thought.
lose.
It left
So
me
the
too.
shit. When, if you want to be genuine, you want to be able to do whatever the fuck you want on a platform, right? And
Right.
if you have, but like I wouldn't say that's the same with cancel culture and this what this kid is doing, because this kid is just finding a scapegoat, and the scapegoat being social experiment. But that's social experiment's been done and dusted like since what 2012 or something when YouTube was like doing all
Right.
these Fousey Tube videos and shit. Uh,
Yeah, that dude.
and see how that ended up. That really messed up. A guy had like bi, bi bipolar disorder or
Bipolar
something.
disorder. Yep.
Uh, like he went on a rampage, and weirdly enough, I think the date it's like the anniversary of his rampage because like it's like June
Oh
15th or
shit.
July 15th or something. Where he was like wanted to meet Drake, and then it became a huge deal. Uh, because Drake didn't show up. Uh,
Right.
but he went crazy, man.
It's
Like being an influencer or YouTuber or whatever the fuck. There's a lot of pressure that goes behind being a content creator, and look
true.
where it can drive a person. And people do shit like they'll do anything
Yeah,
as long as there's a lot of people watching it or giving money to it. Not much you can do to control it.
For me, the easiest solution to this, I would say, is Joe Rogan's method, which is just stay off the comments. You know, if you're gonna be affected by the comments, just stay out of the comments. The people who need to respond or who you value can contact you. You know, you will hear from them. But then you have this whole. This is the thing with the internet. It's like fucking a huge, just open world where everyone has access to it, or almost everyone
Don't you think this
has.
is how celebrities do it? Like they probably live like this, exactly like this right now.
Yeah,
They they don't read the comments because
it'll fuck them up.
exactly. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I agree with both of you. I mean, okay, my perspective of it is like, yeah, we know that we live in an era where people are. I'm not gonna say sensitive, but people are taking when we say taking it for granted, people are taking this to for granted to express whatever fuck they want, right? And there's a lot of people who does not with his expression. So basically, they start cyberbullying him or commenting whatever shit, and that will affect him. You see, I don't
Yep.
okay, I don't have problem with that, but the only thing that I would say that whoever gonna do this content writing to talk about something, you need to know that he's gonna face the people who disagree with him, right? And he need
Right.
because I mean we're human beings, we disagree and agree on something, at some point, right? But the only thing that I disagree is ruining someone's reputation and fucking career or whatever shit using this social
Yep.
social media shit. You see, it's like for me, like the way that I see it is like uh when there's someone that have a felony, or let's say I'm not gonna say, let's say yeah, he went to prison, right? This is how I see it. And
Okay.
they released him from prison. That guy who have a prisoner who have criminal records, he's gonna find a lot of hard time to decide to accept him again, to find work, and to be a human being again, right? So if you actually, so imagine this happening. This is how right now on social media, if you destroyed that person's life, if you destroyed his reputation, if you destroyed his career, he's gonna find a lot of hard time finding a new career, finding a new job, bringing back his old reputation back. And because of what? Because of, okay, something that he thought about and he decided to share, but he didn't think twice before sharing it, that a lot of people might get offended by it. And I don't think
Yep.
those people have the right to destroy his life. Either they have the right just to comment, or probably try to convince him with their comments that whatever he wrote is wrong. And I'm pretty sure after he actually after he saw all the comments, he get a clear picture that whatever he wrote is wrong, but his life was destroyed anyway, right? So I don't think
Yep.
the solution is to destroy that guy's life, basically. Yeah,
Okay. Let me different context then. Say it's a 13-year-old kid who's getting cyberbullied by his schoolmates. What happens in that situation? Like, what's your because you see now we're talking specifically about content creators, artists and people who are usually used to
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
criticism or should be used to criticism. But what about the layman, the just average Joe that's just going to school, coming back and finding fucking hate groups about that person? Because I'll be straight up. I've done this before. I've been part of this problem where we fucking actually made a dude mentally break down during lunchtime and he had to go see the guidance counselor because he was dating a chick like who's 2 years younger than him. So we just kept like to us it was a joke, we just fucking kept making fun of him like, yo, you're a pedophile, you know, you're dating a kid. But then to him it affected him differently.
It affected
So
him a lot. Yeah,
it's also context and what you say. It's like if you're talking about someone's work, it's completely different than shitting on someone's life.
yeah. That's what
You know what I mean?
that's what exactly what I'm saying. Like, don't like those comments. I mean, if they are targeting his life to destroy it, that's fucking wrong, man. That's
Separate
fucking
the
wrong,
art
man.
from the
I
artist.
mean, but if he was
Yeah.
13-year-old kid. Listen, to be fair, I never faced this before. We didn't have this kind of huge fucking social media internet platform where we used to, deal with this shit. Or I mean, we used to have normal bullies. So I think the same way,
You fucking
yeah.
assholes.
Basically, if you wanna Facebook, I mean, my father taught me one thing: if you wanna teach someone that he's wrong, just be better than him. That's it, right? That's just
Yeah.
fucking be better than
That's
him.
solid advice.
Like that's it. Because if you, oh no, he did that bad thing for me, I'm gonna do that other bad thing for him. It's gonna be a conflict now. Who's gonna be better at doing the bad thing to one another, right? So if you if
It's a fucking circle of
yeah,
assholes.
circles of assholes, exactly. So if he was getting cyber bullied by his classmates, by his friends, he can actually, I mean, not, I don't know, he can actually like send them birth on social media, remember their birthdays or whatever shit. I don't know, man. But to be fair, like he have to be
Yeah.
better than them, because if they saw that this guy is affected, that's mean they know that they could affect him. But if they saw that he's not affected, he's actually acting way better than before, they will say, "Oh fuck, then this is not working with him. We should stop. This guy is like
You
immune
know,
to this shit."
speaking of this birthday situation, I actually stopped wishing people their birthdays on Facebook because of this one dude. This one motherfucker, he's a fucking asshole. He sometimes he's nice, sometimes he's an asshole. So I commented on his Facebook once, like when I was in school. I was like, "Yo, happy birthday, bro." Motherfucker hit back instead of saying thank you. He's like, "I'm not your bro." So I'm like, "Okay, well, you can go fuck yourself, and everyone else can go fuck themselves as well." It's like no one's getting wishes now. No one is getting it.
Yeah, I don't do that
But
shit
yeah,
for Facebook as well. That's why I removed my shit from Facebook.
fuck people. Fuck
Only
the
my
day you were
family
born. I
though.
should be wishing your mama.
Only my family, yeah. Only my family. Like you have like more than 400, 200 friends on Facebook. Some of them is some of them you don't know, and because you add them from the past, and you seriously want to wish
Yeah.
400 people a happy birthday every fucking year. That's actually more than 365 days in a year. so so fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit.
Do the math. How many people you wish in a
Yeah,
day?
2, 3, 4. Fuck that shit, man.
But also, I would say is a lot of bullies are usually insecure about something.
Yeah,
So when they get into the bullying phase, it's usually to hide something that they are insecure about. You know what I
Mm.
mean? It's like I would rather put the focus on this guy over here than talk about my shit. You know what I mean? I would rather shit on this person than to deal with my shit. This is
The
what,
procedure.
yeah. So I would say it's. I think we just need better mental health awareness out there, especially at a young age, at this pubescent age where you're going through these fucking hormones and emotions of puberty. It's like this is, I would say, where the worst bullying happens. When you get older, you learn to deal with this shit. You learn to. You shouldn't have to, but you learn to ignore people, fucking put shit here and there. It's like if the ideal world would be where everyone gets along, but I doubt that's gonna happen anytime soon. So what we can do is we can have better mental health about these situations, starting at a young age. Like for us, like in my school, we went through these things. Like we used to have talks, seminars, and all this about these type of situations. So bring these up at a younger age, earlier time in your life, because I actually know a kid. This is not related to cyberbullying. This is like straight school bullying. There was a kid, primary school. He used to have like this runny nose, and he always had it. It was like a medical problem of his, and also he used to like what do you call it? He used to piss himself, as in like he couldn't control his bladder, so he would like always have like a piss stain on him. At that time, we used to fuck with him a lot for this, but we just didn't know. We were just unaware. I'm not justifying what we did, but it fucked him up a lot. Like I heard recently, like few years back, he actually suffers from mental illness now. Like he kind of lost it a bit, and he was just got into drugs, roaming around the streets, this and that. So I feel shit for it. Like I'm thinking like, was I part of the problem? I was never mean to him directly, but I was a bystander in that situation. You know what I mean? Bystander as well. For me, I think you are part of the problem, and people just need to fucking be educated about this shit.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you.
So yeah.
Yeah, you're a dick too, by the way. Just letting that slide. But yeah,
No, Jeff,
Yeah, man, I
you're a
will
fucking
fully,
asshole.
Yeah.
You're a
I will
fucking
fully
Trying to
asshole.
be a
accept,
nice and
I
good
will
guy.
fully
I
accept
think we don't know you,
the
man.
fucking asshole tag. But you see, this is the thing I was talking about regret earlier. There are some things in my life that I do regret, which lead me to fucking rethink myself, reevaluate myself. How do I not do this shit again? How do I stop other people from doing this shit as well? If I have kids, I'm gonna let them know beforehand.
um,
Don't be an asshole. You know what I mean?
oh,
Because I was that asshole. So just to tie things in. And
fair
to
enough.
whoever I've been an asshole to out there, I sincerely apologize. Except for fucking Tupac, for he is a cunt. Fucking,
Suck a tag.
fucking
Suck.
asshole.
Let's start cyber now. Yeah.
I mean, like fucking.
Can't take this
Look
anymore.
at Mikey over here with his fucking.
Can't take this anymore.
What is that? The sun? I see the sun right now.
See,
Ah, shit.
you talk about my forehead, which is fine. I don't have a problem with you fucking up with my forehead, cause you haven't realized my real issue on my
Is
face.
it your fault?
What's this, man?
My forehead's a small
okay.
thing. Everyone has a fucked up forehead.
Oh shit.
Yeah, mine is on point. Mine is on point. Just a little bit oily. Damn it.
Yeah.
Get that baby powder up in here. Just fucking slap, slap, slap. We
I
good.
mean, if you look
See,
at the
for my
serial dude
forehead,
right
I can
here,
just shave it off.
I'm pretty sure you have a problem with his face. Look at that face, man.
Who's cereal
Yeah,
box?
cereal box.
What's wrong with my face?
But also, fuck, I lost my train of thought. But yeah.
Most
Also,
people do.
okay,
I
what
still
I was
might do.
getting at is now there's this roasting culture as well, where you just fucking roast each other about shit. I would say that's fine,
Roast each
if
other?
it's all fun and
What do you
games.
mean? Like,
Yeah, it's like me fucking around with Mikey about his forehead.
See,
He can accept it. It's
the
fine
only
with him.
reason it's okay is because
oh yeah, okay.
Exactly,
Oh yeah.
that's the point. Okay, I'm okay with it. That's why it's cool. But if you're not okay with it, then you shouldn't
Yeah.
like push it.
I mean, it's like
And
there's
also, if you're not
boundaries
okay
or
with
whatever shit.
something, make it known. Make it known to people. Otherwise, it's gonna keep happening. You see, kids are dumb sometimes. It's like if you let them to do it, they'll keep doing it. You know, they'll take
Man,
advantage
we
of that
used we used to
situation.
fuck
It's like
a lot.
you fucking.
We used to fuck a lot with minus.
Let's not talk about no minuses up in here.
Who's minus?
Uh,
We'll talk about
we'll
that off
talk
screen.
about that off screen. So yeah, but yeah, it was. I
But-
think we were assholes to him. I regret. I regret that moment, man. I fucking regret it.
Oh, I still remember the
regret-
first time you regretted, like, but this, like, to me at least, when we were doing this project and shit, and you were like, like your job is not hard or anything, right? And then when even an ounce of fucking work came to your fucking hands, you were like, oh shit, dude, your work is hard, bro. I remember you regretting
Yeah.
that at that moment. It was nice. It felt nice.
It felt
a
for
bit.
you now. Like I was trying
Yeah,
just
it
to
felt
chill the fuck out. You know, that's it.
Yeah, I would say we need to appreciate individualism more, if that's a word. Is that a word? Did I say that
that's
right?
the word.
Individuals.
You got
Yeah, we need to
individualism.
appreciate that more. Like, the people who are different, we need to appreciate them. Because I know a few kids from school, they're like the goth kids, the metal kids, they're fucking
Dude,
cool,
that
they're
guy,
fucking chill.
that guy from.
Oh, different in that sense. I appreciate Doc because he's special.
Okay, thank you so much. I know that I'm special. I was like, I keep dreaming about it. There's this angel.
Uh-huh.
Goddamn cornflakes.
Yo, do you remember that? You see, when you said respecting individuals, do you remember that guy from our university? In the fucking class respected him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we used to call him something as well. Because we were assholes at that time.
Yeah, but I used to respect him. I mean,
Which-
I can call him names.
Yeah, for sure.
But I can,
for
I
sure.
can respect him.
It's like
I mean, like I
which
call
guy
I
are you
call this
talking
cunt.
about?
I don't know. I call this kind of cunt cornflakes. Fucking cereal dude.
we'll bleep his name out, but
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude, that was a whole episode.
yeah, I mean he had the ideas, he just didn't have the execution.
But his ideas were
And I
fucking
appreciated
great,
his
though.
ideas.
Like, man.
Like he had the concept down. It's just his execution was not there. So yeah,
I think
we gotta appreciate certain aspects of people. Like
we can.
imagine if
but
you work.
you see, that had like a whole different view of the world. That's not to say it's
True.
any more truer than ours. It's his version of reality. So whatever that is as true as
Uh,
what we live.
Okay, let's let me put it this way. It's about appreciating and understanding each other. Mostly it's a lack of understanding. It's like look at different cultures. If say I come from this culture, you come from another culture. Something I do might be completely random or doesn't exist in your culture. But,
Or it's not
normal
even
for me.
acceptable.
You know what I mean?
Like, not even acceptable.
It's like
and you like
for example, the
Haram.
halal foods. You know, this was actually a big issue in Australia once. It's like, why is halal food coming in? It's like, fucking, why
Why
does it
can't I
exist?
put my
And this and
Why
that
can't I
and
put
blah
my
blah blah.
Vegemite next to my
Dude,
fucking pork?
what
Fuck
annoys
off.
the shit out of me is this: the one that was happening in France recently, that they don't allow to Muslims who want to go for something to wear hijab, they need to wear bikini. And I was like, why do you guys give a
It's
fuck?
like something like
I
this
mean,
as well.
that's the thing. Why does the government gives a fuck about this situation?
And how does it affect
Yeah,
you?
like how
How
does
the
it
fuck
affect
does it
you?
affect you?
Like, for fuck's sake,
It
man.
affects the religion.
Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, leave people alone. Let them be. For fuck's sake.
It's a lack of education and understanding. You know.
It's ignorant. That's what it is. People are fucking assholes. We're all
And it's like
we're all
fucking.
fucking
It's
assholes.
like when we talk about stoners, you know, stoners have this stigma of being lazy, of being burnouts. There are a lot of fucking successful stoners out there. Just FYI, you know,
Yeah.
just putting it out
Fucking
there.
assholes.
Your favorite celebrity is fucking smoking a fucking bong right now. Just letting you know.
Shit. You know that if you look at it from Americans, we are fucking assholes. Like,
Because we fucking steal their kids.
imagine
Chicken,
we s-
cow, everything.
no,
The
no, no.
whole
The
fucking
chicken is
meat
the
industry,
worst,
dude.
man. Like, we steal the fucking kids. It's not even a kid right now. It's just the egg, and we fucking
It's a
fry it,
fetus. It's a period.
and we fry it.
It's delicious. Though.
Yeah, we fucking fry it.
And then sometimes you marinate
The
the
chicken
mother
for like,
with
yeah,
the children.
like holy
Yeah.
shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking chicken biryani. It comes with the fucking chicken and the egg. It's like, oh
It's the
shit.
whole family.
You eat them together.
You're
It's the
fucking
whole
thinking, dude. The Indians were thinking a long time ago.
Yeah, man. Like,
It's like, hey, what will happen if I fucking try to eat the kid with the mom?
No, like I genuinely like so to marinate the chicken, all right, for the chicken biryani. Like I do this thing called like a Meghna style chicken biryani, and um when I when I first did it, where I took the chicken and broke eggs over it and marinated the whole thing out, it's not bad. It's not bad.
you're marinating the mom with her kids. Like,
Did you feel like
Yeah.
Frankenstein though?
I
No,
felt like I was
no,
creating
Dr.
a delicious
Frankenstein.
monster. Yeah. Oh
man,
it
I would
was
love to become a
delicious.
chicken freedom fighter. Start wearing the chicken costume in the street.
Like a fucking,
Save the eggs.
it's like fucking, you
For
just
the
reminded me
future.
of,
They
what do you
have a
call it,
future
Family
too.
Guy, where Peter's just fighting that chicken, that Rambo
Yeah,
chicken.
basically. Chicken attack. What do you call that? Chinese. The song, the
Okay.
chicken attack song.
What the
You
fuck?
don't know the chicken attack song? That see, I can see him smiling. That motherfucker knows it.
No, I don't know it. I don't know it.
I have
Seriously?
no idea.
Oh shit,
The only thing I think about when I think chicken now is Mortal
dude!
Kombat.
You should
Thanks to
you
Family
should
Guy.
put chicken
I
attack.
hope it's not the bird.
You should put chicken attack song. That's it. That's a
Right.
legit chicken
Everyone-
freedom fighter right there.
Go fucking Google chicken attack song, courtesy of Two Puffs and whoever actually created it. Not sure who that
Song
was.
Voyage, Japan, Takio Ishii.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's his name. I think he's Japanese. He's Japanese, right? I don't know, man.
Okay, I'm playing on loudspeaker.
Nah, we gotta get hit. We can't get hit with that copyright. Paid
Yeah,
for this
man.
shit.
People will bully us and shit. But yeah, I mean, the chicken freedom fighters right now.
But yeah,
I mean, can you imagine the horrible scene
freedom
of the
fight.
chicken if you fed her eggs, but the chicken didn't know that that's an egg, but you're feeding it anyway. It's like you're feeding her kids, and then
That's
and
fucked.
then you fucking marinate the chicken with the egg. It's like fucking. It's like it's a fucking smell
Fucking
else.
Feeding KFC to the fucking chicken. Go to the fucking chicken pan, just shred up some KFC, just chuck it in there. You go eat your own kind. What the fuck? You're a fucking asshole. I mean, pigs probably do that though. They'd probably eat their own. They eat everything.
They do?
Oh,
Yeah.
hamsters do that, dude.
No, yeah, probably.
Hamsters eat their own babies, man. I learned that the hard way.
And what?
Yeah.
I know
Wait,
cats do.
so you bred hamsters and then
I
just
had, I
fucking
mean, I
left them?
had, no, I had hamsters, and then one of them ate uh, her own kids and died.
I know why.
Um,
Do you want to know why? Because
No, I
because she
gave them
watched
food.
you
I
feeding
gave
a
them.
fucking chicken and egg, and she and she know what's gonna happen.
Oh,
Shit.
that's a nice callback, man.
All right, guys. I think we got to wrap up this episode. Thank you for tuning in this week. Thank you for coming on, Cornflakes,
No
Dr.
problem, man.
Tupuff. And we got Mikey as our producer out there. Cheers for letting us know to wrap this up.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter if it's still active. I don't know. And Cornflakes.
Yeah, you got this. You're very pro.
Where can we find you?
You can find me at Neo Fries. Links down in the description and on the channel art and on his face. Oh wait, there's no faces on his everything. It's all on the screen. It's all.
Thanks for coming, bro.
I got